Hello and welcome to another Cuppa with Kaci. Today I'm going to be taking you with me on a little journey as I learn how to draw octopuses. So I've got Pinterest open over here. I'm going to look up some octopuses. Octopus. And I'm just going to do some studies. So this is my little buddy, he holds my phone. So I'm liking, this boy. Let's go with this guy first off. We'll just do a pretty. Do a bit of a zoom in. Let's learn how this little guy's face works. Put him up like that. Get into it. I'm learning how to draw octopuses. Octopi? Are they octopi? Octopuseseses, cephalopods? I don't know. 8-legged sea creatures. For a commission. So, how I like to go ahead with this kind of thing when I need to draw something I don't actually know how to draw, or I've never drawn before in this case, I will just learn how to do it by following reference photos from Pinterest usually, because it's a brilliant site for this kind of thing, and I will try and draw them as realistically as possible and learn how to draw them that way before I then attempt to stylize. So right off the bat, I think everybody knows that octopuses, these guys, the octopus as a creature, looks very weird. And yeah, but they're really kind of cool. And yeah, so already I can see that I've made a mistake because that should be there and then that should be like down there. So I kind of just do this until I feel a bit more comfortable, then I'll attempt to draw one on my own. But today's video will just be mostly you watching me struggle. So enjoy that. It's fun, right? Watching me struggle is always fun, I think. So last video we did a stream, and I still have the image to finish for that, but I'm going to finish that in a stream as well. So probably next week, if I get the chance, I will do another stream on my Facebook page, which is linked below, if you want to come and check that out and see firsthand live how that goes. I cannot promise it's gonna be the best, but I think that's the fun part. We all get to watch me mess things up together, and you don't get anything cut out of the video like I would do with my normal stuff. By the way, I'm testing out new lighting angles, and so I've got sort of one right up here, and I'm hoping the shadow doesn't block the drawings at all. So let me know below what you think of that as well. I would really like some feedback on my lighting because I'm still learning. I haven't been doing this very long, so any advice and or help, or whether you just tell me that it looks good, any feedback is helpful. I just wanted it to be a bit brighter because I feel like I'm drawing in the dark and I don't like it. Hurts my eyes. I'm a precious wee baby. I need to look after my eyes. Okay, so this is our first sort of octopus boy, and he's not looking too bad. I mean, if you don't know that he's an octopus, kind of looks like a weird bird, like his eyes and that's his beak. He's got a big hopper smile on his face. So I might actually add the tentacles in. So that's like down here like this. So this guy sort of let's get rid of that thing and just look at the whole. This is really hard to do looking at it on my phone. Normally I would use my iPad, but my iPad is currently being used for the camera, so I can't use it for Pinterest. So the image is really small, which is difficult for me to see, but you know, we're getting there. A little ridge down the back and I can't quite make that out. What's going on in there? Give me. I think it's this one sort of going like this. I can't really make out. It's not the best photo, and tentacles can do whatever the hell they please, so it's a little bit hard to make out, but I'm just kind of gonna do this. And then this little boy just sort of sneaks in there. Then we got this guy who goes down here like this. And this one you can actually see his little suckers on, which I have been told from a very reliable source that drawing tentacles and all the suckers is very tedious and difficult if you don't stylize it. So from the get-go, I'm going to attempt to stylize the tentacles, at least, because I don't want to hate life trying to draw out all these little, you know, thingies. I might just, yeah, do a really subtle sort of look. And then we got this big guy. He's got some big tentacle suckers on him. They're like big boy suckers that you can proper see, which is kind of cool. The color of this guy's fancy. He's got like highlighted stripes on him. It's pretty cool. You're gonna hear me say that a lot this video because, you know, octopi, octopuses, octonauts are pretty cool. Suckeries. Okay. Ridge. I don't think we did too bad. And then there's some sneaky ones. There's a sneaky one in the back here as well. Like up behind. It's got some suckery sneaking up around. And I'll just give it like a light shade so you can tell it's behind it. Same with this one. Kind of shade that out. Okay, that's good for Exhibit A. Then we'll go, let's see, I want like a good image of some tentacles. Look at this boy, that's so fancy. Okay, so he's got like a big fat head. And a little tiny eyeball sockety thing. Like so. Like a little almost nipple on top of it. Oh, now I'm gonna want to draw one with boobs for it. Got nipples on his head. He doesn't really. I'm just trying to humor myself because this looks terrifying to draw. Look at all these suckers. Ugh. I'll tell you what, I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm so funny. Punny me. Okay, so we got, oh, it's so cool. They go so tiny, like, it's insane. Could not imagine being an octopus. It's a weird thing to say, I know, but just their tentacles go so thin and dainty and teeny tiny, but they still got little suckers all over them, you know? Little teeny tiny suckers on them. And then they come out sort of like this. And they slowly get bigger. And bigger. And then bigger again until boom, the big sucker boys with little dots in the middle. Okay. Whoa. You know, here it shows you what I know about octopi, these guys. I thought they only had 2 rows, but this guy's got like chunky bits and all odd ones. Maybe his tentacle leg got torn off at one point and grew back, and that's why he's got extra suckers in there. Or maybe he's just squished it up all funny and I'm an idiot and can't see it for what it is. We don't know. It's entirely possible that that is the case. Okay, and then sucker, and then like, I'm not gonna do the weird things in between, just because I don't know how I want to stylize these yet. I just want to kind of get the... Did you hear that? We're just gonna pretend that that didn't happen. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. And then, so that's all them suckers. And then this guy's is like his nose flap comes out here and sort of does a... Gotta draw it a bit like a ribbon because it goes up and around and then back on itself, sort of. And then his body over the other side is sort of doing a similar thing but the other way, so you can't really make him out, but there's like a little bit of an edge where you can see the suckers. And I can't really make out the underneath. There is more going on back there, but I can't really see it because it's dark. But I think there's some tentacle stuff going on. You know, I was about to use my fingers to try and zoom in on my page. That's the technological age, people. We're starting to... The amount of times I attempt to Control Z my book, my sketchbook, is ridiculous. Okay, then we got a big boy over here, so that's really dark in shadow. And this big boy tentacle sort of comes up like this. Oh, this is really awkward, hey? I think that's sort of like that, and it's got like a stretch, and then there's suckers. All of them suckers. I'm doing this really rough on purpose, by the way. I'm just sort of trying to get the shape, because for the life of me you can't actually really see the tentacle underneath because the suckers are just there. I think I picked one that I'm not quite skilled enough yet to actually draw, but knowing my knowledge of stuff, I'm gonna wing it and just add some tentacles in instead of following the reference photo, just because it looks empty and I need to add them in, but I don't quite have the skill level to make it look right. See, the cool thing about tentacles is they can do this and this, and this is all underneath, and because it's got no bones, so it does this weird curly thing. Look. And this is all sideways. It's not up and down, it's sideways. It's like in this photo, and it's crazy. And then this bit's like curving back on itself, and ooh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I still ended up sort of following the reference. Not my intent, but hey. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna sort of leave that guy as he is, and we'll go find another one. She's okay, I swear. If you can hear her crying, yeah, she doesn't want to be in bed, that's the problem. And it's bedtime. But she's fine, I promise. Do I want to draw that guy? You know, I'm gonna kind of, oh, that's cool. Creepy. I want to do a little like practice on what the tentacles look like. That's so pretty. Like, how are they these colors? It's ridiculous. It's like a butterfly, but in the ocean. It kind of almost looks like an elephant the way I've done that. Okay, and then I'm gonna like follow a line down where I want those suckers to go, I think. And they're all sort of circular, this angle for these ones, and they're all hugging up close to each other, and then kind of goes sideways. And then this side of it though is sideways, like so only these ones you can see the full circle of, and then in here it's all dark and you can't see in between, so okay, sorry, I'm having Jimmy Neutron movie flashbacks. I don't know why, because I don't remember there being an octopus in that movie, but hey ho. Oh, this is so cool. And then this one sort of, it's like a the weird shapes, the tentacles. I can sort of take artistic license with the tentacles because they can do whatever the hell they want. And the cool thing about octopuses is that because they have no bones and they can fit into anything their beak can fit through, their tentacles can squish into all sort of manners of shapes, you know? So I can go crazy with my artistic interpretation of these guys. Go me. Tiny, 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 tiny suckers. Okay, and that's like, yeah. Okay, so that's something. And then, okay, so it doesn't seem, that's as clear as that's gonna get. Okay, and then there's like one that comes down here. And they're all sort of at this angle. And there's one behind, but you can sort of see the suckers at this angle. So what I'm learning is you can be really lazy with how you detail these, as long as you, with much everything else in art, as long as what you're drawing has the sort of shape, almost a very similar shape in what it's meant to be. Like, I just drew a bunch of lines, but you know they're suckers, because the whole thing sort of gives off an well, not the whole thing, but you know, these guys have the whole thing. This guy would if I added his head. There we go. This whole octopus shape to it. You can get away with just about anything, because your brain goes, that's an octopus, because it's the shape of an octopus. The fact that I've only done a bunch of scribbled lines means nothing, because your brain goes, that's the shape of an octopus, so those must be the suckers on its tentacle. So I can get away with these really messy looking scribbly bobs. Technical term, trademark, scribbly bob. And like, it doesn't matter, it still works. Ugh, the beauty of art. Huh? Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I am. I'm always right. Okay, I'm not always, but when it comes to this, I am right. Okay. So the tentacle suckers are like a circle with like a smaller circle inside. So this is the sucker. And yeah, but as long as you've got that sort of circular shape, the whole thing screams tentacle, you know? I mean, if they're all a similar size at least. Let's finish off your little eye, buddy. And they've got sideways pupils, which I think is kind of cool. Okay. What one next? Ooh, some pretty tattoos on here. Why? No. Some dumb people holding a blue-ringed octopus. That right there is called natural selection. Now, I believe this is actually art. This isn't a photo. But it's pretty good. And it's a good reference. So I'm using it. Let me just shuffle. I'm shuffling my pencil, guys. Sharpen the pencil. So we get this sort of shape going. It's kind of gross because it looks like it's cut off and dead, because obviously there's no rest of the octopus next to it, and that creeps me out because I don't like dead animals. If I think of a zombie apocalypse where the zombies are octopuses, is it octopi? I'm gonna have to Google this afterwards. Just because, like, I'm having so much trouble with that. Oh, Abigail, it's bedtime, sweetie. Go to sleep. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how detailed I want to go with this. Like, if I could be bothered spending like an hour rendering each sucker, I could make a really cool drawing in my art book of this, but instead I don't think I'm going to, because, oh, let's be honest, I'm lazy. Don't listen to her, guys. She's lying. She is lying. She just doesn't want to be in bed. I don't like sleeping alone either, so I don't blame her, really. And then these guys come up sort of, because obviously they're on their side, I'm not sure if I want to do, because obviously they're this sort of shape. I don't know, just the way that I'm drawing these, I feel like that doesn't work, because I'm not drawing these super 3D looking, so I feel like if I just do this sort of really squished oval shape instead, that'll be more stylized to the way I'm drawing the rest of them, if you know what I mean. Like even if I just do little sort of rounded lumps. Oh, that's so gross. I mean, I'm fairly sure this is art. Like someone's drawn this and they are crazy talented. But if this is real, I might just go throw up. Like one of you guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that's a really famous stock image photo that was taken from real octopuses when they caught them in this year and did all these studies on them. It was real. You were just staring at a real tentacle for I don't know what I'm on right now. For so long. 20 minutes, whatever. However long I've been doing this. Okay, so, and it's got a sort of 3D, almost triangular, like they're almost sort of, that's the back and it's got this ridge down the middle, and then the suckers are down here. So almost triangular sort of shape to the tentacle. And then they obviously got those suckery extra circles in the middle, which I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do that when I stylize. Just suckerish. Okay, well that was fun. Oh my goodness. The life of a parent. Okay, so let's try drawing. And yeah, I did all these side sort of views. I haven't really drawn one from this view yet, so let's draw this guy to finish it off. And then we'll call it a night, because I think somebody wants some attention. Just a hunch. If I ever had a hunch, that would be it. Okay, and then we got big fat, oh, he's got a big holy thing there. That must be how they breathe or something. I do not know much about octopuses. Octopi. My gosh. Watch me struggle to say the word octopus in plural for half an hour. That is what this video is about. Watching Kaci struggle with the plural of the word octopus. This is where it's one of those words like sheep or moose, where the plural is just the same as the actual word. And I've been making a fool of myself. And you're all laughing at me. That's okay. At least I made you laugh, if that is the case. That's you know, that's what Abigail's crying about. If you can hear her crying, she's crying. It's like, Mom, you're an idiot. It's octopus. It's just octopus in plural. You don't need to add all the extra sisses. Yeah, some days I'm fairly sure she is actually a lot smarter than I am. She's pretty clever. She's she can clap on cue, and you know, I can't do that. I don't remember the last time someone asked me to clap and I clapped. But Abigail, oh, she can clap. Clap like a clappy thing that claps, if I do say so myself. Alright, so this was our half an hour of learning how to draw octopuses. This guy looks a little funny, but that's because I struggled with this big holy doodad in the back of his head, side of his head. And it kind of made him look a bit funny. Looks like he's got a big ear. But, hey-ho, they can't all look good. That would be too easy. Like, I feel like maybe if I just erase this and start it over. I try not to erase too much, in fact, at all when I'm doing these kinds of studies, because you learn from every line you do, whether it's wrong, so I try not to erase, but that was just looking really silly. And it's kind of all shaded out into this little holy doodad in his head. And then he's got a tentacle up here doing its own thing. I need to learn how to make them look squishier, because I try to add too many gaps between when actually they're very much just very tightly coiled and you can almost not see any of the background between them. But you can still see them suckers! And there's like the ridge down the middle. And then, yeah, he's got a big suckery guy up the front, which kind of disappears off the page, and they have like webbing between them, and then this guy goes up behind, and there's one down here, and one going off here, and yeah, something went wrong with this guy. It's not quite doing it for me. Probably because I can't see all this. Like, a lot of what makes an octopus is the tentacles, and when you can't see the tentacles, it kind of just looks like a blob. But, you know, I'm learning. See, I like this kind of thing where they've drawn like the tentacles going up. And it's almost like the Kraken. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna break down your shit and you're coming underwater with me now. I'm giving you the biggest hug. And I don't know what happened to my voice just then. Yeah, but I'm digging this tentacles reaching up out of the void sort of deal going on in this style of drawing. And then it's around to this side. And then there's like a sneaky one that comes out of nowhere over here. Sneaky one. Sneaky tentacle coming out. And then like another big old boy tentacle up behind there. That's actually two tentacles. Too many tangents there. I thought it was only one, but it's actually two tentacles, but I've just drawn. Studying other people's art. Learn what not to do, and also learn the style that you like. All in one thing. This little crosshatch, sorry, of a tentacle I've done over here. Looks like a little sailboat. And I want to turn it into one, so I'm going to. Little sailboat. I'm ready, Georgie. We all float. There we go. Little sailboat. So, this is my how to draw an octopus spread. Learning. It didn't go too bad. I definitely need some more practice, but, you know, that's what happens when you don't know how to draw something. So practice makes perfect, and we keep going. But I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle with the word octopus in plural. And I will see you all next week for another Cuppa with Kaci, perhaps a stream. Let me know if you're keen for that below. Have a good one. Bye.